Okay. Let us hold for 1 second, and then if he's not here shortly, you let him. Here he comes. Hi, Coach. Go ahead whenever you're ready to make a statement.
Well, obviously, I'm extremely proud of our guys. Dayton's a great team with a lot of really good players, a great coach, first-class program. So I'm really proud that we were able to win this game and advance to the championship. You know, we've been down in this situation incredibly, very often. I think Jason said 7-time double-digit second-half deficit. I think 6 times by 14. So that's not part of the plan, but certainly takes a lot of high character and good players and great ability and belief. So I couldn't be more proud of our guys and looking forward to tomorrow.
Questions for the players first, please. John, microphone, please.
Grant, the coach mentioned the comebacks, but I wondered specifically Thursday's comeback here against Rhode Island, similar type setup, 15 down in the second half, might have helped you energize with confidence.
Yeah, you know, for sure. I think that was sort of the emphasis at halftime. I think we were down 8 going into half. We were down almost double that against Rhode Island, unfortunately. But, you know, that was sort of the message, just chip away, chip away. You know, credit to them. They came out and really weathered the storm. You know, I thought we got some good looks on offense there at the beginning, but they were able to answer with some big buckets. But, you know, we just kept chipping away, and we were able to sort of cut into the deficit. And I think the guards did a really great job on the press. Really helped us out a lot throughout the second half.
On the side, go ahead, sir.
Dave Preston, WTOP Radio in Washington. Question for Tyler and Grant. Still 40 more minutes, but what does it mean to get to the championship game in the A-10 to play for a chance to move on?
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, that's what all of these guys came back for. That's what I came back for a chance to have this opportunity with this group of guys. And now we have that opportunity. Davidson's a really good team. I know they're going to be ready to play tomorrow, so I know our coaches are going to do a great job and give us all the great scouts and everything we need to win. But to have the opportunity and have this chance is all we can ask for. We got to just go take advantage of it.
Tyler, you want to answer that as well? He asked for both of you.
Yeah, like Grant said, I mean, I got 2 years left here. This is their last rodeo, and you know, I'm in here for these guys. I'm going hard for these guys, and I just want to get them a championship.
Go ahead, sir.
Grant, it seemed like the play Tyler made, saving the ball in bounds on a missed three-point shot, that seemed to kind of spark things. Is that accurate? Was that kind of a spark for you guys?
For sure. I know I was pumped up. I ran down to him on the baseline. I think when he made that play, we were down maybe 10 or 11. And I think, you know, certainly that play made us realize that it really comes down to us and our effort. Credit to Sal Caresi on our bench every time we came to the huddle, telling us it was about us. It wasn't about them. It was about how we played on defense, the shots that we got on offense. And that's really what it came down to. Tyler made a great play there, and I think you're right. I think it certainly sparked us there.
In the back, go ahead, sir.
Ron Bailey, Rivals.com. Golden, everyone's familiar with your prodigious collegiate career. But talk about maybe some of the unknown, unrealized help you had prior to here, like with the Virginia Elite guys and the, and the like. Talk about those guys.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, I've been super lucky all throughout my basketball career coming up, sort of in the DMV area, playing around there, to have a lot of great people. You know, Coach Gatson and the Virginia Elite guys, Coach Preet, Coach Shop, all the guys at St. James. I mean, I owe everything to them. I really can't put into words how much they mean to me, and I really appreciate them.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Daniel Frank from A10 Talk. You all faced Davidson earlier this season at the Robins Center in a game that came down to the wire. What do you all remember from that game, and what do you think you learned most from that game that you can take forward, into tomorrow's game?
Yeah, I think I don't think we played as well offensively as we would have liked. I think we did a good job scouting them. I think we sort of let them get some things that we should have been on top of for them offensively. So I know we'll have that again, but we really just got to be on it. I think, sort of like I was just talking about, what it comes down to is what Sal was telling us on the bench. It really comes down to us and the effort that we play with. Because when we play with maximum effort and we all play together, we can dictate the game.
On the side, go ahead, sir.
So can you guys just talk a little bit about the crowd tonight? Because especially as you guys were mounting that comeback, the crowd really got into it. So, I mean, did that kind of have an impact on the team? And, can you just kind of talk about the crowd that's been here all week?
Yeah, credit to all our fans. I would say since I've been here, this is probably the biggest turnout that I've seen for Richmond. The crowd was great. They were into it, super loud. I felt like even at the beginning of the game, sort of during introductions, I felt like it was louder than Dayton's fans. I thought we had a lot of people there. So really just credit to all our fans that came out and made this trip, and we really appreciate them, and we're looking forward to having them out there again tomorrow.
Right here.
Grant, I want to hear from you personally. Just, this is your last year as Richmond. You've been here for a while. How much does it mean to you to be finally here, finally in this A10 title game, and really have a chance to bring the title home for your school for the first time since 2011?
Yeah, more than anybody knows, that's for sure. This is what, like I said, this is what we all came back for. All the disappointment, all the failures in the past, none of it matters now. We have our opportunity tomorrow, and we're going to take full advantage of it. And we just got to make sure we prepare tonight and get ready and give it everything we have tomorrow. That's all we can ask for.
John, we'll make you the last question for the players. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ms. White. Tyler, free throw trips are way up for Richmond in this tournament. Why is that? What sort of overtook you to get more aggressive inside as a team?
Yeah, like you said, just aggression. When you get to the free throw line, get fouled, it's showing aggression, putting the defense in a tough spot, making them have to foul you, and then it's an easy way to put points and getting flowing into the game.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations on your win today. We'll let you go back to your locker room. And now questions for Coach Mooney, please. John, you still have the mic. Go ahead.
Coach Mooney, would you have applied pressure as early if Dayton's point guard, who started the game, was able to play in the second half, or did you see that as a great time to pounce?
Yeah, we would have pressed early, just because it has been something that's really been a catalyst for us. We didn't force a ton of turnovers, but we certainly got the game more up and down to our liking. We were just emphasizing that pressing, taking chances, flying the ball up the court was great. Once it was half court either way, to play with composure and poise, that we could get shots, not to take too many chances in their half court when they were in half court offense, because they have a very good passing team, and they're going to find things if you're taking too many chances. So I think we would have pressed, John. I don't know that it would have been as effective, of course.
In the back, go ahead, sir.
John Titel from hoopshd.com, Coach. Tomorrow at noon, your alma mater plays for an Ivy championship, and then at 1 o'clock you play for an A10 championship. I don't want to oversell it, but if everything works out, where would it rank among the greatest afternoons of your life?
Well, behind these two guys coming along, that would be very special. Who does Princeton play? Who won? Yeah, okay. No, I think they have a great team. They've had a dominant season. Of course, we can just send our best wishes from here. Hopefully, we can get ourselves as prepared as possible for our game against a truly terrific team.
Go ahead. In the back.
Coach, every time I see you, I ask you a variant of this. You're Princeton guy, but you've also sprinkled in a lot of other stuff. It's not a traditional or typical Princeton offense. Talk about that journey, because I'm sure it was a learning experience for you, and that's one that's ongoing.
Yeah, well, I think that I don't want to give you too long of an answer, but when Princeton would play on TV, for example, when I was there, it was always against North Carolina State or UCLA or somebody big, so anybody would slow the game down, and we didn't always practice that way. We practiced with crisp passing and good spacing and movement. We weren't delaying the game or holding the ball. And we've just tried to take that. We've actually been, for a while now, we've been a really good team in transition. Partly we've had great guards, but everybody on the team can handle the ball. and make decisions, including Grant to a high level, Matt Grace, our biggest guys, we feel comfortable throwing them the ball. And when you can do that, not only now is the floor spread, but multiple people have the ball. And we just try to play the same concepts and, cut when you're overplayed, make a quick decision, throw the ball to the next guy, but not play quite as deliberately as most people anticipate for a Princeton offense.
Daniel, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Daniel Frank from A10 Talk. Tomorrow will be your 4th game in 4 days, and you've got, I believe, 19 hours, if my math is correct, of a turnaround. Is it a concern of you all, the legs that you guys have left, or is, given the stage, you think adrenaline will just take over for your guys?
Yeah, it certainly is a concern, but this is what the schedule dictates. And what we talked about before the game, because last night was such an emotional win for us, was not to be tired by last night's game, but to be energized. And because of the great plays or the comeback or the win, whatever it was, even though it took us a while to wind down last night, we wanted to be energized because of our game and the great plays that were made. And we'll talk about the same thing tomorrow. It'll certainly be difficult. They're a great team. I'm a little bit more worried about, Lee and Luka and all those guys. But yeah, that'll be a concern for us, and we'll try to substitute as early and often as we can, to help prevent that.
Last 2 questions for Chris, here and then right here.
Coach, Sam Basil, House Enterprise. Something that really defined your team this season is experience. I mean, guys like Grant have been with the program for so long. Could you talk about the trust that you have in a lot of your players to, lock down during tough moments when you might be down and just stay calm and collected throughout the game?
Yeah, calm and collected isn't necessarily Grant, but no, there's a tremendous amount of trust. John O'Connor asked a couple weeks ago if something like this will happen again, where guys stay 4, 5, 6 years and together and come back at Richmond. And I don't think it will happen anywhere. It would be my prediction. That amount of players with that amount of success who would be so marketable if they were to transfer. So that right there tells you that they're special, they're together, they care about one another. And so with those qualities, yes, they're an easy group to trust. Jacob has the best basketball mind of anyone in the program. And Grant's not too far behind. Nick is not too far behind. So those guys, they know, and they're on the floor. And, that's really, that's a luxury that we have. And it's something that means a lot to me and makes everything much easier on the coaching staff.
Last question, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, Matt Grace came off the bench. He was a plus 17 when he was on the floor today, was 5 for 6 from the field. How big was his impact off the bench in the turnaround that your team had in the second half?
Yeah, he was tremendous. Matt's a really good player, and he has improved dramatically. Actually, I wouldn't say he's improved. He's gotten more and more of an opportunity to show how good he is. He made a huge shot tonight. He made some big baskets in the first half. So yeah, he was great. I don't think we win the game without his contribution. And he defended. He's tough. He has a great sense for the game. Was really a major contributor to tonight's win.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Go back and enjoy your win here for a while. See you tomorrow.
Thanks.
And we will be joined here shortly. Tumani Kamari and Duran Holmes II. Coach, opening statement whenever you're ready.
Obviously disappointed in the end result, but certainly proud of our guys for the fight they showed today. Obviously, what wasn't the outcome that we hoped for, but hopefully it's a lesson that we can learn from and just continue to grow.
Questions for the players? Yeah, front row, please.
David Jablonski, Dayton Daily News. For both you guys, how did Malachi's injury affect you guys? You played really well after he left, but looked like you ran out of steam late.
I think it affected us a lot. I mean, he's a big piece in the team. He has a big character, so I think he influenced us a lot. Where we playing or where even outside the court. So, I mean, it took a toll on us, but I think we should still. We were able to still play good at this point. I think we just mentally we're not present, we're not connected as we should, and I think we should have done a better job.
That's the head of the stake. So without the point guard, it can be pretty critical to your team. So that's why it's important to always, be able to execute things even when something's not going your way fully. It did take a toll. We still tried to lock in and do our thing, but it was key. So.
Questions for the players? Anybody? Right here on there. Go ahead, sir.
Tyler Cronin, 3-bid league. Duran, a question for you. So this is your first postseason action in college, and you had a very strong 2 games here. So are there any lessons that even through today's loss you feel like you can take forward into wherever you guys go next week and then into next season?
Just as a team, just taking it one game at a time, making sure we rest well, listen to what our coaches are telling us, and, just do what we're supposed to do in order to win games.
Questions? Yes, in the back. We get a mic to the gentleman on the ramp, please.
Just throughout the last 2 games here in D.C., were you surprised or impressed by just how well the Flyer fans traveled and how loud they've been over the last 2 days?
I mean, I think it's something we've been used to. I mean, we never been disappointed by our fans and by our community. So we knew they were going to show up, and they did. I mean, every year I feel like they're doing a great job at that, and really happy to have them around us for sure.
They do a great job of traveling wherever we go, if it's at home or if it's away. I remember when we went to Orlando, they were all out there. The fans are special to us. So.
Yep, one more question. Get the mic back to him, please. Somebody. Go ahead.
And Duran, this one's for you. As you were walking off the court, you had your arm around Kobe Brea. What's kind of the message as a leader that you were giving to him?
Just to let him know that we're not done yet. You got to keep your head up and keep moving forward. Have that what's next mentality. Look at what we could have done better in the game, but we're a great team and we're going to do great things in the future. So, just trying to remind him that we're not done. We can't let this game impact our future. We're going to be great.
Gentlemen, we'll let you go back to your locker rooms. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And now we'll take additional questions for Coach Grant. Raise your hand, please, in the front row again.
Anthony, how is Malachi? What did you guys say to him after he got hurt or after the game?
Yeah, he's really disappointed. I think, certainly it's a big loss, with him not being able to be there. But he's a competitor. He'll bounce back from it, but he's disappointed right now.
In the back, go ahead, sir.
Coach, when they were making their second half comeback, and you were saying 11, you didn't have them. What were you telling your guy? Did you think that they might have got a little tight, a little tense without his presence? And what were you telling your guys to combat that?
Yeah, we felt like, at the 12-minute mark, you could tell that their veteran guys were starting to assert themselves with Gilliard and Golden and Burton. Those guys started to assert themselves. So, like we had several times this year, the challenge was for us to answer that call. And unfortunately, tonight, we weren't able to do that on either side of the ball. So got to give them credit. but it's a learning lesson for our guys, and obviously it's a tough lesson in the postseason. But yeah, I mean that's really what we tried to do is understand that this is what the game was calling for at this point.
Daniel, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Daniel Frank from A10 Talk. Your tournament resume is probably one of the more interesting ones we've seen in recent years. You had the tough losses early in the season, and then obviously the tremendous win over Kansas as well as Virginia Tech. How do you hope that the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee will evaluate you all, and what case would you make to them?
It's beyond my control, man. They have a job to do. I'll let them do their job.
Gentleman in the green sweater here in the front row.
Yeah, Tom Archdeacon, Dayton. Anthony, once you lost Malachi, how did you try to compensate? What was the plan?
It's tough. He's as Stu said, the head of the snake. It's hard when you lose a guy that does as much as he does for us. But certainly, I thought they were able to extend the pressure. They were able to create some turnovers. We weren't as connected as we needed to be in terms of being able to flow offensively without him on the floor. I thought to start the half, the guys did a good job being aggressive and attacking. We got some shots to fall, but the momentum shifted in their favor, and we've been able to all year, either through our defense or either through our execution, be able to quiet some of that, and we weren't able to do that well enough tonight.
Is there a final question? Go ahead. Wait for the mic. There you go.
Did he twist his ankle, or what exactly happened?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's his ankle, though, right?
Yeah, it is an ankle. I haven't seen or talked to the medical staff to know exactly what happened.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Okay,
I think
guys.
that'll conclude our press conference. Thank you very much.